Hello everyone, welcome to Piccadilly Stampin'. I'm Pamela Pick. So if you are new to my channel, please click subscribe, comment, like, share, leave a comment down below if you like what I did today. So today I'm going to do one of my quick videos, which I call a Quickadilly. It's just a play on the name Piccadilly. And we're going to be using the Happiest Day stamp set. I have paired that with the Something Fancy dies. I'm going to be using these two outside layering dies. I love the shape of them. I'm also pairing it with the Wildly Flowering 12 by 12 DSP. And I chose this blue pattern. I just think that it's really pretty. So let me get started here. Now this will make two cards the way I'm doing this. So let's pull this out. And I'm kind of going to do this very quickly so you can see how these build up. So one card base, it was an 8.5 by 11 that I cut in half at 5.5 this direction, and then I folded it in half at 4.25. So this is the boho blue that I'm using. This is such a pretty color. I will be so sad. This is an in color from last year. I'll be so sad when it goes away. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut down. I want to show you how to build this. I'm just going to cut down a piece of basic white at 4 by 5.25. And this is going to be the matte piece that we're going to be using. Now, instead of taking the time to cut them both down, I'm just going to cut this one down because I already have another one cut down. And then on those two pieces of or the two die cuts, this is what I have. This will be for our sentiment. And then the paper that I chose, I just love this. So it's this Wildly Flowering paper. And then there's another piece. See, there's different on each side. Look at that. Those go too. But I chose the blue. And I love that kind of fabric pattern. I don't know if that's showing up on camera or not. But this is cut at 3 3/4, so I have that 1/4 inch border on here, and so we're going to cut this down to 5 inches, and then we'll cut this one down to 5 inches. Okay, now here's where it gets fun. So I want to make a diagonal cut, and everybody does theirs different. This is what works for me and what I chose to do. I didn't want to just go from corner to corner. I know that's very easy to do, and you could do that just fine. But I chose to use, if you notice on our trimmer, I love our trimmer because it goes to 1.5 inches over here. But I chose 1 1/4 inches, okay? So we're going to go to 1 1/4 inches. Now I want you to, the diagonal side is the way that we're going to go in here. So 1 1/4 inches would be like that to 1 1/4 inches here. Now I find it easier, and I hope that this is on camera. I don't have Bill to tell me. But if I line up the bottom first where I can see it, and it is very important, I am going to stress this, that you do both pieces the exact same. So you can put them in and do them together if you wanted to. But I feel like I can get this pretty close because I'm trying to get every little bit of my trimmer blade out of this. So we're going to do that. So this, it's cut like this. It's got this really fun angle. Then we're going to take this and we're going to do the exact same thing. So we're going to go in corner to corner. So it's the diagonal corner. And I'm going to go 1.25 inches to 1.25 inches. So line this one up first, and then that one, and cut that in half. Okay, so now we have 2 halves. So it's pretty simple, as you can see. We'll have one like this and one like this. And then we're going to have one that has this at the top and this at the bottom. And then the exact same thing here and here. So that was pretty easy, right? Okay, so trying to decide what I'm feeling today. And I think I'll do this one for today. Okay, so starting off, the easiest thing to do is to just make sure that you've got like a 1/4 inch border all the way around so that you know that you've cut this correctly. Okay, and I do. I don't have that lined up yet, but that makes it easier when you go to glue. So I love the Tombow multi-purpose liquid glue. I live in a very humid climate, so especially now that we moved down here by the river. But this really holds quite well in a humid climate. You don't need much. Keep about a 1/4 inch. You do a small bead, but keep about a 1/4 inch inside. This gives you an opportunity to move this around a little bit without having glue coming out all over the edges. So let me kind of get that lined up to where I think I've got that about right. Okay, and then I'm going to do the same thing with this piece. Isn't this just kind of fun? It's such a simple thing, and you can get 2 cards out of it, and it just gives a very easy element to your card design. Let me get this one lined up. See how sweet, how stinking sweet is that? Oh my gosh, I love it. Okay, now the next thing, I'm going to use the Petal Pink and White trim, but I'm just going to use the white. And it is a striped trim, but I think this looks really good to kind of hide that seam. So here's my tip. Let me grab some tear and tape. I am a huge fan of tear and tape for this exact reason, or seal, but for this project here, I want to do the tear and tape. So I place it on to hold that ribbon in the middle down. And then I just kind of rub the end of the take your pick. It doesn't matter which end, but then I take this pokey tool at the end of the take your pick, and it lifts right up, and you can throw that in the trash. And then look at your ribbon here. And then you can, and the thing that's really neat is if you make a mistake, you can pull it up. But I think that's pretty good. Well, when I pulled it up, I kind of pulled it off. Let's try this again. There we go. That's pretty good. And then we're just going to cut this piece off. And we're going to flip it over. And I'm going to use this same tear and tape. And I am going to take this. And I'm not going to try to fold it in that same direction because I get a gap. So I'm going to fold it with the edging and place this on. We're going to do the same thing. Tear and tape, it's the best stuff. And I'm going to do with this side. Now, if you want to, if you've got it long, you can cut it. It just is up to your choice. If you want less bulk, this is not, I didn't do too bad. Now to adhere this, again, I'm going to use the Tombow liquid glue. And the way I like to do it, now you can just pull these right off if you want, but sometimes I don't get things lined up, and when you use this, it kind of really, you got to be secure in where you want that, because once you hit it on, it is like glued on for life. So what I do is I add a little extra glue because I do have a little height with that ribbon back there. And I can take this, and because I want my flowers going up, I'm going to go this direction. And then I'm still able to move this around if I need to. Okay, now let me grab, we're going to move this down, and I'm going to let that, I have one of the big blocks, I'm just going to let it sit on there while that adheres a little bit while we go ahead and stamp the next thing. So I took, let me put the pokey tool away because I tend to hurt myself if I leave it out. I'm going to take that basic white piece, and on the stamp set, I have wishing you the happiest birthday. So I always need birthday cards. So this is way easy for that. And I love this font. I love this whole set with everything that you can do, but I love the font of that. So I'm going to use the Tuxedo Black Memento ink and just ink up my image. Yeah. And then I'm using the Stampin' Pierce mat just because it get a better impression. And I'm going to stand up and just center that on here. Give that a good press for that ink to transfer. Then I'll put the lid back on here. There we go. Now I can move the pad out of the way. And I have a piece of boho blue cut in just the next size up. And so I want to adhere this down and just kind of center it on here. Okay, I'm going to set that there. Now I have a piece of gold foil and I have our bow punch. Now our bow punch comes with kind of a greenery and then a little flower piece, and I want that flower piece. So I'm going to go in here. I think I'll do 1, 2, yeah. We'll do 3 on this project. So let's take our, we've got our card base now, and I want to grab some dimensionals, and I'm going to pop these. I want to have room to put these coming out. So I want to leave some area down here. So I'm just going to put these in each of the corners. And if I'm going to do any, I'll put one right in the center so it doesn't smush down in the mail. I don't want it to sag in that middle area. Now, if you see the room that I have left, I did that on purpose on these sides. So I'll go ahead and place this right here on my image. Then I'm going to grab glue dots. And I'm going to take these. Let me line this up and look at this a minute. Do I want that there or there? Do you guys do that? I always have to like line them up first and see how I like it. Yeah, I definitely like 2 there, but I think I want them more closer together. So let's take our glue dot and let's put one higher than the other on that glue dot. And then tuck this right in there. And then what I can do is I can just pop a few of them up. We'll grab another glue dot right here. Same thing. And we'll tuck that on this side, and I can pop it, curl some of those up or down, whatever you like. Okay. So now we've got that done. Now, I was wanting this to be kind of a simple and clean look. So I decided, who got the adhesive back sequin trio? I love these. Of course, I like sequins, but one of the things that I like is they have white ones. Oops, let me open that up. So I'm going to grab that take your pick tool. And let's see, let's grab a large one here. And I'll do the large one there and maybe a smaller one kind of beside it and another large one. I think I'll go right there. Okay, so this is how I built this card. And let me just show you. I have another one going the other direction already made so that I wouldn't have to take the time to show you the exact same thing over doing twice. But cute, easy, simple, and the best thing is this paper is on sale like right now till the end of the month. So it is called, one more time, it's called the Wildly Flowering 12 by 12 DSP. It makes such simple, beautiful cards. Again, I use some gold foil paper, the Happiest Day stamp set, and the Something Fancy dies with the bow punch. And that's how we made this card. So simple, so easy. Now, I do want to give you just a couple of things. If you want the measurements that I used, all you have to do is sign up for my email. So where do you sign up? www.piccadillystampin, that's my business name, .blogspot.com. Sign up, and every week I send out an email on Friday and Monday for the 2 demonstrations that I have. Also, if you are not working with any Stampin' Up! Demonstrator and would like me to be your demonstrator, I would love to send you our new mini catalog for free. And it has all of the fun stuff. Now, I can't open it on camera yet because it's just a Stampin' Up! Rule, so I don't want to break any rules, but it goes live on September 4th, so the sooner you request one from me, the better. That way you can have it when the catalog goes live. And with that said, I am actually having a holiday paper share. So if you don't know what a paper share is, basically for customers, people sign up for the share. You get a quarter pack of all the DSP in the catalog, and you share it with 3 other people. That way you're only paying for a quarter pack of paper. So that's a quarter of the cost, a quarter of the storage. It gives you all the new designer series papers to play with. It gives you a lot of creative options. Stampin' Up! Papers are double-sided, so if you don't like one, you flip it over and you got another one you can use. It's easier to cut up pretty paper when it comes in a smaller size. Sometimes I get my sheet and I don't want to cut the pretty paper. Smaller sizes of designer series paper means less leftovers, and less leftovers mean not feeling guilty. So if when you want to buy more. So if you would like to sign up for that, I am going to put a link to my online store so you can purchase any of these things right now that you would like to add to your collection. If you use my host code, you do get enrolled into my perks plan, which gives you roughly 10% back. It's a buy 10, get 1 free. For every $35 that you spend, you get a $25 product, plus I pay the shipping and the tax, and it all gets sent to you. So it equals about $35. And I guess that was it. So I come every week and do one demonstration for you. like this, and then I have one that's live that I do with my husband every Wednesday night at 7 p.m. And I will say that I have a beautiful card that I'm going to be doing, a Christmas card. It's very stunning this week for Wednesday. So this Wednesday, 7 p.m. Central Time, if you want to join, come on by. We'd love to have you. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.